welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to stay inspired to wise up and rise up above these narcissists. So if you clicked on this video, you are now watching part 1 of what happened to me breaking contact with my ex-narcissist. I want to share with you guys, right? If you guys did not know, I used to be in an 18 years narcissistic abusive relationship with the father of my daughter. And it has been 2 years now that he has discarded me, has been living with his new supply, and at the same time still tries to talk to me, still try to have a double life with me. And it's been a long journey of me working on myself mentally and emotionally to heal from, the abuse that I went through mentally and emotionally with my ex-narcissist. And it has been a wild journey. You guys, if you guys know, I started the Wise Up, Rise Up NARC community. When I first started the community, it was more so to help people who experienced narcissistic abusive relationship like I did, right? So I share with you guys great content on what I've experienced, right? Through experience, and what I have been learning through my experience. So I want to be completely transparent with all you guys out there who watch me, who listen to my videos, that I am literally going through what you're going through. If you're out there and you're in a narcissistic relationship or you have a narcissistic ex, I'm literally going through what you went through. So this is why I want to be transparent with you guys and share with you guys my experiences, what I've been doing, how I've been dealing with it, to help viewers out there to watch this video and know that you are not freaking alone. You are not alone. There is nobody out there that is better than you. There's nobody out there that, poof, magically got healed. We are all experiencing, trauma. We are all experiencing somebody who is not mentally and emotionally mentally there, right? Have a personality disorder, and we did experience trauma. We did experience, a lot of mentally and emotionally abuse. And it is a, journey to heal from this mental and emotional abuse that you dealt with, because I feel like it comes like it's like an addiction. Like you are chasing for that next high, for that person to see you, for that person to love you, for that person to care for you, like how they did when they first met you and they love bombed you. You're fighting and nobody out there understands that who has not experienced a narcissistic abusive relationship, right? So you guys, I'm going to share with you guys today how I broke no contact, what I went through, going through breaking no contact with the narcissist. How am I healing from it? How am I adjusting now that I caught my senses and I, have now gone back, no contact with my ex-narcissist? I'm sharing with you guys tips and tools, what I'm doing currently right now, and what I experienced. So let's get into it. So I broke no contact with my ex-narcissist about a month ago. And it started off from, talking about one of my weaknesses. So they got me into a sense to talk about my daughter. We talked about my daughter. That person knew my weakness was sex, and I had a sex addiction. So that my ex-narcissist preyed on that. They know it's been 2 years now that I've been celibate. They know what to prey on. So see, this is the thing and why it's so important to keep no contact, or to know what your weaknesses are. Because when you know what your weaknesses are, then you can know what they're gonna come at you with. Because, example, my weakness is sex. So my ex-narcissist knows how to come at me with sex because he knows it's one of my weaknesses, because I had an addiction, right? So he knows how to slither his way in to talk to me about that and love bomb me on that area that's my weakness. So I literally fell for it, and I entertained flirting. I entertained sexual, topics and all that stuff like that. So he slithered his way in to work and talk to me through one of my weaknesses that I'm struggling with now, that I'm battling with, that I'm working on. Because it's been 2 years that I've been celibate, and it's been really challenging for me because I had an addiction. So again, if they know that one of your weaknesses is money, they will prey on that to slither their way in, maybe buy you something nice, or they might, send you additional money for you and your child or whatever. They'll prey on your weakness. So that's one area that, has my weakness, that I broke no contact with my ex narcissist, and then we were flirting. I was entertaining the flirting. We were talking, and that was how he slithered his way in, and that's how I ended up allowing the breaking of no contact. And I'm telling you guys right now, it was a temporary high. When you break that no contact, you feel like on top of the world, because they come at you, love bombing you, right? Telling you calling you baby, telling you all the nice, sweet, nice things that you want to hear, And again, if you have your weakness, they will literally come in and talk to you and sweet you up on that area of that weakness. And then you feel so good. You feel like on top of the world. You wake up in the morning time and you're excited. And then they will go extra hard to message you in the morning, message you in the afternoon, message you in the nighttime. So why? They can constantly keep being relevant on your mind and constantly being relevant to have access to you, because what do? They love bomb you, right? That's what love bombing is. They come in and they will give you all the attention to be relevant back inside of your life, right? So that's what my ex-narcissist do. He was messaging me in the morning, he was messaging me in the afternoon, he was messaging me in the nighttime, right? Like literally 24/7 to be relevant inside of my mind. And he was constantly feeding, right, my weakness, which was sex. We were talking about sex. We were, sending pictures. We were doing all this stuff to feed the gap within inside of me that I'm working on, right? And I fell for it because he knew that that's one of my weaknesses. So me breaking the no contact now, I felt so amazing. But at the end of the day, he has a new supply. So I would feel like shit when he would go home to his new supply, when he would go home to his supply, and I'm just like back down to reality, feeling like, what am I doing? Why am I talking to this person? He has a girlfriend, you know what I mean? Why am I degrading myself like this? I know my value. I know my worth. I know I love myself, right? Why am I indulging into somebody taking advantage of me? You know what I mean? Just for a temporary high, right? And even though I would tell myself this, I would feel like shit after. But then as soon as this person messaged me, as soon as my ex messages me, I feel like on top of the world again. And this is what I'm trying to, share with you guys, for you guys to see. When you break no contact, it does nothing for you but give you that temporary high. You're on a temporary high, and then when you come back down to reality, you feel like shit. You're back to feeling like shit because they don't give a shit about you. At that moment, they make it seem like they care about you. They, all this, because they're seeing that they're getting their needs fed. So if their needs are being fed, they'll treat you like you want to be treated. But as soon as their needs don't need to be fed anymore, they'll drop you in a blink of an eye. And then you're back to feeling like shit. You're back to feeling unworthy. You're back to feeling unloved. You're back to feeling uncared about, right? And that's exactly how I was feeling. Because it's like this person was like literally doing everything, doing the most to be relevant in my day-to-day life, even though they had a separate life with somebody else, right? And it's this like, it's that love bombing that will literally make you feel like they really do care. They really do love you. But if somebody loves you and somebody cares about you, they're not gonna literally, drop you. But that's why it's so important to stand in the facts and realize they look at you as an object. That's all you are. You're an object there to feed their needs. And that's all you are. And when I broke that no contact and I'm talking to him, it's just like you literally find yourself feeling like, yeah, I am an object. I'm just somebody to stroke their ego and stroke their needs when they're ready, when they want it. And when they don't want it, I'm irrelevant. I'm nobody. And this is how it manipulates your mind to make you feel like you're nothing and you're nobody, right? But you're not. And this is why I wanted to share with you guys this experience, because at the end of the day, they will come in, slither in on your weakness, and then they will play you like a toy and put you down when they no longer need you. And breaking no contact is just a temporary high. Just a temporary high to make you feel good in that moment, and then you're back to feeling like shit when they decide to put you down, right? So that's exactly what I did. And now I had to go through all these emotions all over again. It's like, you know, your wound healed and then you recut it and it's open now. And now you have to wait for that wound to heal all over again. So y'all, that's the beginning of part 1. I just wanted to share with you guys how I broke no contact. I broke no contact based off of talking to him and him slithering in on my weakness, and then me wanting to be satisfied from him to feed that weakness that I have, right? And then feeling dropped again and picked up again all over again. So I'm going to share with you guys in part 2, right? What did I do, right? What did I do once I started to notice this stuff? What did I realize when I started to notice this stuff? You know, and then how I started to feel a couple days later. What was my emotions that I went through mentally and emotionally that, you know, I had to deal with? What was the thoughts that were coming up that I had to deal with it? So stay tuned for part number 2. See you guys again in another video.